Hello students, welcome to MGC Learning. Today we are going to study chapter 1 of Computer Science 2, that is Introduction to Microprocessor and Organization of 8084. And the topic is Block Diagram of Microcomputer. So in this chapter we are going to study what is microcomputer, block diagram of microcomputer. What is microcomputer? Microcomputer is an electronic device with a microprocessor is central processing unit. It means it is a small computer that contains a microprocessor as its central processing unit. A microcomputer uses a single microprocessor for a CPU which performs all logic and arithmetic operations. So we were already seeing logic and arithmetic operation in the previous video. Microcomputer is a computer in which the CPU is contained in on one single chip. It means that the CPU is contained in the one single chip and it consists of microprocessor, input-output devices, and memory unit. It is a complete computer on a small scale design for use by one person at a time. It was used in home, businesses, etc. The term microcomputer is used to describe a system that includes a minimum of microprocessor, memory, and input-output devices. This is a block diagram of microcomputer. In this block diagram, there are 5 parts. The first one is input device. So input device, we are using keyboard and keyboard interface. Second one, microprocessor unit, ROM, RAM. The last one is output device, that is display interface. So this is a 7 segment display we were used. Next one is address decoder. It is used to decode the address and select the proper chip, that is chip select line will be selected. Next will be power supply. Power supply is necessary to operate the circuit. Next will be clock. Clock is a microchip. It provides timing and speed of all the computer function. Then we are using 5 important lines. The first one is address bus, control bus, data bus, power line, and interrupt line. So we will see this topic briefly. Blocks of microcomputer. So in this, input device, microprocessor unit, program memory, data memory. The last one is output device. What is input device? Input device, we will use keyboard. So it is used to transfer data from outside world to computer. Input device is any hardware device that sends data to a computer and it allows us to communicate and feed instruction to computer for processing work. So in this input device, we will use keyboard. So here keyboard is used to give input to the computer. So user is entering a program through a input device is called a keyboard. Keyboard interface. So here also we are using keyboard interface. It is necessary to connect keyboard interface because when program is entered through the keyboard, it's not possible to feed the instruction directly to microprocessor unit because the microprocessor unit may be busy in performing previous instructions or tasks. So it is stored in a special chip called a keyboard interface. So input device we are using keyboard and keyboard interface. Microprocessor unit. This is the image of microprocessor unit. The microprocessor unit, that is, it reads the binary data from the memory. Then afterwards, it will do the processing work. Afterwards, it will display the output through the output device. So it is divided into 3 parts. The first one is ALU. ALU performs all arithmetic and logical operations on the data received from input devices or memory. Arithmetic operations such as addition and subtraction. Logical operations such as AND, OR, exclusively OR. Finally, the result will be stored either in memory or register. Registers. It is used for temporary storage and manipulation of data and instructions by the user. It is used to store data temporarily during the execution of a program. The last one is control unit. It controls the flow of instructions and data throughout the system. It provides necessary timing and control signals to all the operations in the microprocessor. It controls the flow of data between the microprocessor, memory, and input-output devices. Program memory. The program memory is also called as ROM. ROM can be read by the user but cannot be altered. It means we can read the content using ROM, but we cannot change anything using ROM. ROM is non-volatile. ROM is a non-volatile. It means it has permanent data storage. Once the data is written on it, the content will not be lost if power turned on or off. ROM is used primarily to store the instructions. So this is the image of ROM. Data memory. Data memory is also called as RAM. RAM is also known as physical memory. RAM is placed between CPU and hard disk. It is faster than hard disk. To process any data, first it loaded into RAM from hard disk and then CPU access it. RAM is a volatile memory. Volatile memory means the content will be lost if power turned on or off. So this is the image of RAM. The last one is output device. Output device stores the data in display interface or displayed on 7-segment display. So this is the image of 7-segment display. These devices transfer data from microprocessor to the outside world. So the data display through the 7-segment display. Here also we are using display interface. So it is a special interface circuit is used to store the data and drive the display. So display the output to the user. So we are using display interface is used. Address decoding. Address decoding, it means it decodes address and select the proper chip. It means a computer system decodes address on the address bus to select memory locations in one or more memory. Clock. Every computer contains an internal clock that regulates the rate at which instructions are executed and synchronizes all the various computer components. The CPU records a fixed number of clock ticks to execute each instruction. The faster the clock, the more instructions the CPU can execute per second. The speed at which the microprocessor executes instruction is called a clock speed. So it is measured in megahertz. 1 megahertz means 1 million cycles per second. Power supply. It converts main AC to DC power for the internal components of a computer. AC means alternate current and DC means direct current. So it means it converts AC to DC for the internal components of a computer. So there are important lines in block diagram of microcomputer. The first one is interrupt line. Interrupt line means it is used to interrupt the microprocessor unit. An interrupt is a condition that allows a microprocessor to work on a different task and hence return to its previous task. So it is a signal that requires to attention of CPU. The second one is data bus. It is a 8-bit microprocessor unit and it consists of 8 lines. It is an input-output bus and it is a bidirectional bus. It serves as an input when the processor is information from memory or from an input device. It becomes an output bus when the processor writes information to memory or to an output. So it is a bidirectional bus. The third one is address bus. It is an output bus and it is a unidirectional. It means the data flows in only one direction. Control bus. It is a computer bus that is used by the CPU to communicate with the devices. The last one is power line. It is necessary to operate the circuit. So these are the important lines we are using in the block diagram of computer. So in this video, we are seeing what is microcomputer in the blocks diagrams of microcomputer. Thank you.